There is a stigma associated to our country that we are not doing well in managing our forests, and illegal logging was massive, and we want to take off that stigma.
We have a problem at that time about illegal logging. So many cases, illegal logging. That's why we need to push up the forest governance.
In Indonesia, the VPA, the hope from the VPA was to reform the production of timber within Indonesia.
The first notable outcome is the improvement in forest governance. I can say that there is a significant change, improvement. In the past, we are less transparent. Now we are almost 100% transparent to the public about our policy, our regulation, what we are doing to the forest, and also the multi-stakeholder fashion is now becoming our way of doing any change.
In Indonesia, I think one of the major impacts has just been a really rich involvement of civil society and good interactions between the government and civil society, and in a way it's been part of the reform process within Indonesia.
SVLK is built with multi-stakeholder participants. It means from the NGO is also there, from the government, from the businessmen, and so on. We sit together to find out what is the best one to increase the forest governance. What we know, the consumer in Europe, it doesn't know what is fertilizers. Indonesia is also far with fertilizers, but the consumer in Europe didn't know about that. That's why the Article 13, we asked, what is the implementation? How far? I think they are doing nothing, sorry to say.
I think right now we have to focus on making people in the demand side, the buyers or the importers or the consumers, more aware about this FLEGT license.
In Indonesia, we expect it to, in general, be an ongoing governance safeguard, in a way, to prevent the backsliding into systemic illegality in the forestry sector. There are still issues in Indonesia, obviously, with conversion timber. The agricultural sector is far less regulated and less scrutinized than the forestry sector. But the agricultural sector produces a lot of timber from the conversion of forests to things like oil palm plantations or mines and so on. So there is hope that the SVLK can be more rigorously applied in those high environmental damaging sectors. And so these are complex agreements which should not be expected to be signed and implemented in a couple of years. You know, these are long-term reform processes that do take time to capitalize on.
There are always conflicting perceptions among stakeholders. Whenever we are creating agreement or policy or regulation about forests, and we really need to understand that and to have a delicate balance among those functions.
The rollout of the implementation of the SVLK has taken time and is still not complete, but overall Indonesia has moved from a country where there was 80% illegality to a country where, in theory, all timber production is independently verified to comply with the law. So that's an enormous change in a country, and the VPA has been instrumental in incentivizing those reforms in Indonesia.
We are changing. We are now managing our forests to sustainability, and we are doing it now. So VPA gives us the door to do that.